After the appointment, Dr. Engineer Silva Mugisha as the Managing Director of the National Water and Storage Corporation, Dr. Mugisha championed the preparations of the NWSC 5-year strategic direction, whose 6 focus areas include the following: financial sustainability, infrastructure growth, increased coverage for water and storage services, learning and innovation, customer delight, and meeting stakeholder aspirations. The strategic direction outlines NWSC's commitments to customers and stakeholders in respect to improved service delivery, utility performance, and financial sustainability. The direction therefore provides an accountability mechanism to the wider stakeholder forum. It is thus prudent that the measures are put in place to ensure the satisfactory implementation of the direction. In an effort to operationalize the strategic direction, each of the 7 divisions of the NWSC commits a 6-month action plan that directly feeds into the strategic direction. The 6-month action plan shall be effective for the period of January to June 2014. The 7 divisions of the NWSC include Management Services, Engineering Services, Commercial and Customer Services, Finance and Accounts, Internal Audit, Institutional Development and External Services, and Planning and Capital Development. In this documentary, each of the 7 division chief managers of the NWSC commits to the entire public on delivering the NWSC's 5-year strategic direction.
In management services, these are our deliverables. The first one will be approved framework for promotion of rain harvesting water as part of corporate social responsibility. Then the second one will be optimization of transport cost. Here we shall have a detailed cost-benefit analysis on existing fleet and transport systems, approved fleet size and ownership provisions, disposal of old and uneconomical fleet, ICT-based fleet management systems. Then we shall also have in place approved communication public relations strategy. We shall have an approved plan and framework for disposal of non-core assets. In the division as well, we shall be conducting annual staff satisfaction surveys. At the same time, we shall be carrying out a restructuring program. So in the end, we shall have an approved restructuring program. Then we plan to have an occupational health and safety policy formulated, approved, and annual monitoring and evaluation framework evolved. Those are our plans for the next 6 months for the Management Services Division. Thank you.
We are presenting engineering services. We start with unlevel water management and reduction. And we are looking at legal use reduction programs, particularly in Kage is Kampala, Ntebe, and Jinja. Those are the initial towns of National Water Assessment in 22, and they carry most of our business, more than 80%. Then we also have marketed district metering areas in 11 towns, excluding Kampala Water. These are hydraulic zoning and then pressure management aspects, whereby I put a meter for measuring bulk flow to a certain geographical area. Then somebody should be accountable for the water that has entered their territory or geographical zone, and the buildings in that geographical sector can be reconciled with the meter measurements on that meter at the district boundary. Then we should also have approved meter management policy and framework. You know that some of you are residents in Kampala. A meter of 15 years installed, it is still on your house. And the registration is just terribly robbing us of prime revenue and the donation to the customers. And willingly, we are just giving a gift to the customers. So if we have a meter management policy and framework, we are talking about quality meters with high precision registration, age is paramount, and of course, we are looking at replacement. You are aware that you have a lot of problems in the water distribution, particularly because the demand has outstripped supply in some geographical areas of Kampala, in some areas of Uganda, and we are talking about alternative water source exploration, groundwater being very key, and also development in some areas, particularly Kampala and the greater Kampala metropolitan, and then some areas of Kasese and Gasikui. Boosters, these are just pumps online to make sure that we increase the pressure in some geographical areas of Kampala, particularly southwestern. This is the J area, Masaja, Nasana, Amasuba. Then we have Ugowa Hill, that's northwestern, that's Kabape, and then Mutumbwe, that's the geographical area of Kampala, is water stressed. Then we shall also do other towns, Jinja, Soro, and Fort Portal. Then we are going to have water safety plans implemented in the 6 towns. Environmental management is a big concern, and particularly catchment protection for our water sources. So we are looking at deliberate effort to do the training in the 6 towns, particularly starting with Kampala water, Jinja, Etere, Masaka, and Barara, and Guru. Our water sources should be protected. We give them value. We cut costs on chemicals and less time on the quantity of throughput. Energy audits should be carried out and the recommendations implemented in at least 10 towns. That ends my business in Guinea. Thank you.
We'll outline what we in the commercial customer services division plan to be handling in the next 6 months. First and foremost, we'll be looking at the integrity of our customer database. And our objective is to see how we can strengthen the integrity of the database. It's been long since we created our databases of customers, and both properties and customer details are very dynamic. And along these changes, sometimes if there is no deliberate action to try and track this, we sometimes have a completely wrong basis against which we manage our customers. And we'd like to look again into our customer relationship policy in the next 6 months and try to see how we can make it better. And then our own contact center here, which we call the call center, we are doing a deliberate attempt to upgrade it. Actions are going on, and in the next 6 months, we'd like to have an upgraded call center launched and commissioned here. Over the next 6 months, we have an area that has been the greatest challenge to us, that's the ministries. And we deliberately tried to look at bringing in prepaid meters. And we have the meters being delivered. I think they were delivered yesterday. So we'd like to see how we can implement the prepaid meters for ministries. Basically to try and check arrears growth at the ministry level. We'd like to undertake a study to try and find out what would be the alternatives available for us to charge customers of alternative sources, and yet at the same time they're using our water. We believe that these interventions in the next 6 months will be able to strengthen our management of customers and revenue generation. Thank you very much.
I just want to give you the Finance and Accounts Division deliverables for the next 6 months. The first item we'll be looking at is in terms of IT solutions and system applications. The focus really is on business intelligence and management reporting. We want to ensure that we improve the monitoring at various levels and also visibility of what is happening at the various levels of the corporation. We also want to finish the third model of the billing system, which is the customer relationship management. At the moment, the new connection model is done, and the reading, the metering and reading model is actually also finished. It is being piloted in the new towns, and we expect in the next 2 months to go live. The other thing is the improvement of the information security. terms of data recovery and business continuity and the offsite storage. We need to procure software to do backups and also provide for additional storage because the volume of the business is increasing. Also, we want to work on our website to make it more interactive and more friendly to our customers. The other thing is to look at the financing options that are available to us. The issue of relying on subventions from government or the donor development partners, we know the envelope is shrinking. So we need to prepare ourselves so that we look at the options available and we start mobilizing finances for ourselves. In line with that, we are proposing a water fund, and long term, it will help us actually for capital development, asset renewal and replacement. And it will also involve looking at a new connection policy because I think it is served us well, but we need to look at it more critically and probably enhance it or replace it with something better. Thank you so much.
First and foremost, we would want to strengthen the internal audit function and improve governance of capital projects. And specifically, we intend to carry out and complete audits for the Bulova project, the Lubigi sewage system, and we also want to look at the Nachibugo Bugolobi waste treatment plant. We would also want to introduce the use of ICT in our audit processes, and specifically want to acquire a data analysis software that will help us analyze the data as we are doing our auditing, and this will help increase on the quantity and the quality of the audits that we do. We would also want to have a comprehensive audit plan for the entire corporation, and basically this audit plan is supposed to help us have a systematic way of carrying out our audits so that we are able to cover all the auditable areas throughout the corporation, but of course using a risk-based approach.
We are coming up with the business subsidiaries for NWSC, through which we shall earn foreign exchange earnings, but also tap into the local market. And we are going to work on a proof concept on the business subsidiary, have the strategy in place, the strategic plan and the organization structure for the services that we offer, which are, amongst others, the consultancy, the hire of the facility, which is the IREC. We also have the tailor-made trainings that we do, and a lot of benchmarking activities that take place. We shall run a number of courses in-house. We shall also have exposure of our staff in short courses that are run externally. We shall evaluate quarterly, on a quarterly basis, the trainings done and come up with the impacts and evaluate the impacts of that. We shall then refocus the training program for the next financial year. And under the young water professionals, we will endeavor to enhance the capacities, and the first thing we'll do is to run a workshop.
Next year, we shall have 4 major projects running concurrently. We shall have Gaba 1 and Gaba 2 improvements. It's a big project. We are starting to construct the sewage treatment plant here at Burundi. We have signed a contract for laying of sewers in Kampala. And during the same year, we shall award the construction contract for Arua. We are going to look at Buroba. Buroba is currently under construction. We are extending water in that side of Kampala. We hope to complete the project in the next 6 months and hand over.
On many occasions for us we teach and teach and teach, and then we leave things there. But now if you have a strategy where you want to have tailor-made courses, this is really, really very good.
Engineering has brought out their deliverables very well. And I'm wondering we are now going to install the prepaid meters for the ministries. When do we plan to roll out to other areas?
We have piloted in Bugorobi with meters from Turkey, and the commercial aspects of it. It's about 3 years ago. The procurement aspects, sole sourcing, direct engagement became a snag. And this time, the parliament told us, you shift now to the government institutions. And they supported us. There were conditions to release areas money. They gave us a condition to get prepaid meters for at least 100 of their major institutions. And we tendered out. We got actually one participant. The bid is on now. We are about to receive the meters and we roll out. But we are coming out. It's only the financing which might be a restriction.
The transformation that NWSC has undergone over the last few years has resulted in demystifying the fact that public entities are bad managers or bad leaders. And the transformation has shown that a public utility can actually perform. And this is what has attracted a lot of the partners that we have in the region and also outside the region. One of the key drivers has been performance management, in the fact that we are able to demonstrate that we are able to meet our performance indicators, we are making improvements, we are doing it ourselves and relying a lot on our internal innovation and our internal reforms. This has led to different utilities picking out different aspects. They all don't come for the same thing, but when they come, when they hear what we are doing and they come, they're able to see for themselves that this is actually happening.
The leakages, we have all explained about asset management. Kampala has pipes dating back as far as 1930, 1940, 1960, 70s. It's a cocktail of different materials, different age, and pressure ratings. So we talk about the leakage which has stayed. There are so many factors contributing to that delay to fix it, because the attributes to fixing that leakage. Number one, you find the quality of the pipe. It has over-decayed. You fix it, it occurs immediately after. When you, at this point A, you repair, it goes to point B, point C. The remedy is to replace. But sometimes to replace it, you need approval from KCCA and other agencies, because the cutting on the tarmac, somebody's access, pavings, so the approvals take some time. So we shall apologize for that in case we have excessive delays, but there are other factors which are beyond our control. We are looking into standardizing our assets in terms of quality of materials and also to improve on specifications when we allow a customer to do a service connection.
What separates us is our intention to create a delighted customer. That's really the basis upon which our plans are developed. And so we want to try through this plan to emphasize transparency in what we are doing so that our customers can believe in what we are telling them. And transparency is already something that we are doing. For example, on our billing, we'd like to ensure that customers believe that the bill we generate is a correct bill, because that for us is important, because it creates a basis for them to be able to pay for our services. So that's why now I'm sure even some of you, when our people come to you, we bill you on site and you're able to see the meter reading, which your meter is showing, and the bill we generate on site. And that's why even in this plan we're talking about data integrity. We'd like to ensure that the basis against which the information we bill our customers is correct information. So where we have information that has moved differently from what we have in our database, we'd like to use this next 6 months to ensure that the data integrity of our customer information is greatly strengthened.
what you have documented there will be implemented. So you all touch, and you are doing this before the board. Can we clap, please? Round of clap. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, it was clearly seen in the action plans that the Chief Manager came up with that we are now going to move from paperwork to action. And what does action mean? We need to start buying pipes. If we have talked of 80 kilometers of mains, we have to start buying pipes now. We have to place code of orders. Some people have to work, so the procurement people have to work, the inventory people have to work, the requisitioners have to work. We have to install these bidding systems. We cannot continue talking about the bidding system, how good it is. We now have to test it and install it. We have to be rational and objective in rewarding staff. This is very, very important. I think we have to develop a culture, Mr. Chairman, of rewarding performance, not rewarding cronies.
Today we are looking at the work plans, which is basically like planning ahead. Like some of you make your New Year resolutions. So we are saying for the next 6 months, we want to move in this direction. And just as a reminder, strategy is about creating and delivering the future. You have created this future, but you have to deliver it. So be very happy to deliver as you have created it. This action plan which you have made in the process of operationalizing the strategic direction, step up 90, for me and for us as the board, we are confident it will succeed. Why? You have a clear direction. You know where you're going. 2, you are dealing with big issues. You have talked about, what you have talked here are just big issues, which once taken downwards, things will be much better. And you're even aware of some challenges which you're having with our competitors. You know the other people who are having other towns. But if you look at this document, they are well taken care of. And you're also aware that National Water is on top of things. We are the leading public entity in Uganda. You need to monitor and evaluate. Don't wait for 3 months or 6 months. On a monthly basis, sit with your people, the various divisions, and see, are we still on course? What are the challenges? Why are we not on course? Why don't we change and move in that direction? As a board, we pledge that we shall give you all the approvals once called upon to make sure this thing is implemented to the latter, as they call it. It's now my pleasure to declare this action plan officially launched.